Interesting. Hello, Buggy. How were you here right before I went live? How does that work? Oh, it's because I said I was streaming soon. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Hello, Ixel. Hello, Buggy. Don't question it. Okay. How are we doing today on a scale from 1 to 10? 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing. Be honest. Be completely honest with me. We're doing a 0. Sorry to hear that, Cloak, though. I hope that number improves. Phoenix is forcing me to read Homestuck. Forcing? Bro, you don't... What do you mean forcing? You can just not read it. The drawer. The Keewi that draws. It's true. Hello, Rex. How are we all doing today on a scale from 1 to 10? 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing. Good news today, good news. Bum, bum, bum. Some days my lighting works, and some days it's just shit. I'm being held hostage. Brother, you're not being held hostage. Come on now, it's Phoenix. Phoenix wouldn't hurt a fly. Come on now. Hello, Funjo Bunjo. How are we all doing today on a scale from 1 to 10? 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing. Be honest. About a 6 or 7. Okay. You can just say no to being kidnapped. It's so easy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just say no. What's Homestuck? I've heard that it's controversial. Is this true? I hope you explode, Rex. Valid response. Valid response. Let me try. Tell Phoenix to pull up the stream, bro. Tell Phoenix to pull up. Anyway, the news for today. My hair is like high-key different today. Did you notice that I did my updo a little bit lower than I usually do it? Usually I have it like directly on top of my head. And it looks so bad from the back. You would never know because I only film looking forward like this. But usually when I do my hair, I clip it this high. And then the back of it is so ugly because you just see the clip and no hair. I did it kind of further back today. It looks more like a ponytail. We can finally be bees. Alright, what are we talking about, Retro? The fandom is controversial most of the time, but Homestuck itself is okay? Oh. This is good news. What? You made a steak? What? What? You'll live for 30 years. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? We know it's fake. Okay. My hair is not fake. Did you guys know that my hair is actually long? Hi, Phoenix! Wait, my goat is here. Phoenix, how are you doing today on a scale from 1 to 10? 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing. Be honest. You don't have 1 in your deck. GG's. Keewi, look it up. Look the we can finally be bees up? No, just tell me what it is. Anyway, tangent aside. Keewi is unfamiliar with the title card brain rot? Huh? What is that? Your mother was more like a pet to me. What? What are we saying? Invincible meme? Oh. So the good news is a bit of a follow-up from yesterday. Remember how I was yapping about how I wanted to do fewer streams and streams that are just fun? Streams that I want to do, not because I have to, but because I want to. Hello, Allie. How are you doing today on a scale from 1 to 10? 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing, be honest. So, I discovered that I can, in fact, upgrade my internet. You want to know? Okay. A lot of people tell me I should stream on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I know that. I am fully aware of this fact. The reason I couldn't thus far is because I don't have the upload speed. I get, what is it, like 8 megabits or megabytes or something, and I need 16 in order to dual stream. I need 8 per streaming service, which I don't have. Therefore, as we have seen, when I stream to both YouTube and Twitch, was anyone there? Anyone in this chat, were you there when I tried dual streaming? Has anybody borne witness to the horrors of the dual stream? Buggy, Retro. So you can vouch when I say that it's terrible, Phoenix. You can vouch when I say that it's terrible and it's horrible and it's laggy and it actually just crashes. Like, it will end my stream. Hello, Boldcart. Hello, Ali. Hello, Funjo. Hello, Sokar. Hello, everybody. 7.7, that's good. Boldcart, I'm doing like a 7 out of 10, maybe 8. It was a really good day. I'll talk about my day after the update. Remind me. The internet is evolving. Buggy has 150 stream streak. Holy moly. That's more consistent than I am. Of course I was there, dog. Right after the 150 stream streak. How could Buggy not be there? That's Aura. I was there. Yo, Ali, I don't think you were there. The problem with YouTube is that all the minors hang there. Well, that was more of a problem on my old channel where I did art and animations. But on this one, I don't even have a lot of minors watching my content. I do agree that the audience on Twitch is a lot better. It feels more sentient. It feels like real human beings and not bots. But there are still people that will tell me, damn, what a shame, because I don't have Twitch, but I want to watch you stream, but I only have YouTube. So I know there are some people that would benefit from this, which is my goal. You'd promised me you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. I'm alone there now in our special place. What does that mean? Hello, Hypoxia. Oh my goodness. I'm the #1 Keewi fan. I think you might be. I think you might be with the 150-day streak. That's crazy. Guess who came late, Keewi? Hello, Abodi. How are you doing today? On a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing, be honest. How's my mic, by the way? Is my mic bad today? Be honest. Silence below 150. Okay. What I did, I scooted my mic a little bit closer to me. I don't have the motivation to actually set it up yet. I don't have the, can you hear the birds chirping? I don't have the motivation to set up my whole ass like stand that's gonna hold it in front of my face. So I just scooted it closer to me. How does this sound, be honest? Okay, the actual news though. So I want to stream on both YouTube and Twitch, but I couldn't previously because of my upload speed. I came late just for that question. I am doing an 8 as usual. Solid. That's good to hear about you. Hello, Kasane Teto. How are you doing today? Hi, chat. What are we yapping about today? Good news. That's what we're yapping about. Mike sounds nice, twin. Really? Wait, that's amazing. Thank you, Mist. It's good to see you. It's good to see you, brother. How are you doing, Mist, on a scale from 1 to 10? Be honest. Ayo, Subnautica, was the feet shot necessary? What feet shot are we talking about, bro? Oh, you know that broadband companies say like 100 Mbps? That means megabits, and that's just 12.5 MB per second. The difference is bytes and bits. Ali the Aussie. Okay, that makes sense, Boldcart. My brain will never differentiate those two, though. I always mix them up. Even after reading it, I'm still confused, but I understand what you're saying. Perfect. Hello, Ali. How are you doing today? So, the news. The news is that I previously couldn't dual stream, and now I am planning on actually dual streaming. What I'm gonna do is upgrade my internet, because I found out it's actually cheap. I mean, not cheap. Like, it's more money than I would like to spend, but it's worth it because I really want to dual stream. Because there are people out there that could be witnessing the wonders and the beauty of Keewi Draws streams, and they're not because they don't have Twitch. So I'm gonna upgrade my internet so I can dual stream and have my stream not crash. Which means that if any of you prefer watching on YouTube, then you can go over there. Wonders, unnecessary. Okay. The feet shot from Staff Feet Pics. Staff Feet Pics does not exist. I like the classic Keewi Minecraft shirt. Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. So, if you prefer YouTube to watch stream, if you're like an alien, if something's gone wrong psychologically and you prefer YouTube for live streams, then you can go there. That option will be there. Literally, Castanetero. Okay, I've seen this individual before. But you don't even draw on stream. I could start doing some drawing streams. I could. Don't rule it out. Actually, the only reason I stopped drawing on stream is because my software that let me screen share from my iPad to my computer stopped working. So I actually can't. I want to, but I can't. I draw on my iPad, right? And I can no longer share my screen. I only go into YouTube live streams if I want to LARP. YouTube streams suck most of the time. Yeah. I mean, it's a choice. You can get less ads. Yeah, that's correct, Rex. You can get less ads on YouTube. Although my Streamlabs displays the Twitch chat. So there is a much lower... Whoa! Thank you, Kasane Tedo. Holy moly, Twin, you are so kind. W Tedo in the chat? Oh my goodness. No, that's my goat, that's my goat. Thank you, Tedo. Absolute W, holy moly. I was gonna do it on your birthday, but I was broke. Aw, thank you, Twin, that's so sweet. No, it's okay, it's okay. I can make my birthday today, we can just shift it. We can postpone it. My birthday's today, for sure. I appreciate your generosity, Tedo, truly. Thanks, Twin. What was I saying? Oh yeah, you can go to YouTube because there's less ads there. I will say that there's like a 20% chance that I will see your message if it is sent in the YouTube live chat versus a 99% chance in the Twitch chat. Because for YouTube, the only way I can see your chat, somebody send a message right now, somebody send a message. The only way that I can see your chat on YouTube is the actual chat box on my screen. Like, you know, the little, like, the pop-up, this is the only way that I can see YouTube chats. Because for some reason, Streamlabs hates me and it will not, what's the word, like conglomerate YouTube and Twitch. Only on the screen, only for the actual chat widget that is displayed right here will it combine them. Merge, yeah. This. And so, unless I'm actively looking at my screen right there, I'm not gonna see your chat. So, pros and cons of each. YouTube, pros, less ads. Cons, I'm not gonna see your message. Twitch, pros, they're sentient human beings. Cons, there's more ads. Pro, I'm gonna see your message. That's why I go into YouTube if I just wanna watch and not chat. That's a really good idea, Abodi. I high-key do the same thing. Well, okay, I say that like I ever chat. I have watched streams like a couple times in my entire life. I went through a phase in my freshman year of college where I watched Moist Critical streams. I also watched Jinxie streams. Moist Critical I watched on YouTube. And I think, did I watch Jinxie on YouTube as well? I don't remember. What I do remember, oh my gosh. On Twitch, if you watch Jinxie on Twitch, the ads increase. As you keep watching, you get more and more ads. Guess how many I ended up with? As I continued watching Jinxie's stream, guess how many ads I ended up with? Mind you, there's like a couple minutes in between each break. Lock your guess in. Okay, now I can't quite remember. I logged off after this. It could have gone even more. But when I logged off, 11 ads. 11! 2 digits! Back to back. 11 ads. Mind you, this is like, I go a couple minutes of watching, boom, 11 ads. Why not use ad block? I'm not smart enough for that. But yeah. I never give 11 ads, right? Right? Because I put the default, whatever Twitch recommends, I do that. You never get 11 ads, right? Let me just clarify. Let me just make sure. Ideally, you should be getting a fixed amount of ads if you're not subscribed. The whole increasing as you go on thing is evil. Imagine getting ads. True. Great googly moogly. Let me read. This is the only stream I chat in, not gonna lie. Based. I never chat on YouTube because my YouTube username is my full legal name. Does it happen to be Kasane Tedo? Does Kick have tons of ads? I'm not sure. I do know that Kick has a really good revenue share and Twitch's revenue share is shit. It's 50%. I want to say on Kick it's 95% goes to the creator, but on Twitch 50% goes to the creator. Twitch is actually evil. Hello, is it Rizo? How do I say your name, twin? How are you doing today on a scale from 1 to 10? 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing, be honest. Who's your favorite streamers? That's a good question. Wait, I need to remind me to talk about Twitch. My favorite streamers, I don't watch any streams really. Sort of. I like watching Jinxie VODs. I like watching his Rainbow Six Clips VODs. Those are pretty entertaining. I don't watch them live, I watch the VOD, because I don't like ads. And I also like Moist Critical, but it's like a very specific mood. Usually they're too boring, but sometimes, again, back in freshman year of college, for a while I would go to this coffee shop and I would put on one of his streams in the background while I draw. And it didn't matter that I would get ads occasionally on the YouTube stream for Moist Critical, because I was drawing anyway. Like, it was just background noise, basically. What's Twitch's cut from the gifteds? Okay, so back to that topic. 50%. So, let's say somebody, out of the kindness and generosity within their heart, gifts a sub, which is $5. I get $2.5 of that. Twitch takes half of it. That's just so mind-boggling to me. It's so mind-boggling. Twitch is so greedy. I don't understand how Twitch is dominating the market. Why don't you stream on Kick then? Honestly, I don't know. I feel like Kick has this reputation for being the criminal hotspot. So we're donating to Twitch. That's what it feels like. What was I gonna say? I feel like Kick is the criminal hotspot. I don't know, I just don't see a lot of people defaulting to Kick. It is evil. You should make your own website to stream on. Really? Whoa. Wait, I might. Wait, like a Keewi specific website? That'd be so cool. My favorite streamer is either Hassan, Nick, or Vaush. Didn't Hassan, like, hurt his dog? Is it that Hassan? Kick is where the OnlyFans girls go to, Loki. I was under the impression of that as well. This is the first time I've logged into Twitch for at least a year. I'm honored, Rizo, I'm honored. Oh, and I got your name right? Amazing. And the fact that Twitch's servers suck. That's very technical and I don't understand it, but I believe it. You'll never guess who my favorite streamer is. I am too autistic to understand what you're saying. That's what some others do. Kick is where he allegedly used a shock collar on his dog. Allegedly. I think the dog blew up in a lightning explosion or something. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Who is Doug? Yeah, I watched a video about that. I watched Moist Critical's video on the whole Hassan shock collar thingy. And it was seemingly, to me, allegedly, it seemed so obvious. It seemed so obvious. And even if he didn't use the shock collar, he was just being really mean to his dog. And like, why was he having the dog just sit there and do nothing for a large portion of the stream? Why? ¿Por qué? Why? He's a big political commentator. Hassan? Didn't Vaush get caught up for having some lolly-related NSFW images on his PC?
Yes.
Okay, Ali, so you like the dog herding individual and the allegedly. And the alleged lolly relating NSFW images having streamer. Interesting taste, my friend. Interesting. He did that too. I thought it was a while ago, but apparently it was like 2 years ago. 2 years ago? He isn't normally mean to his dog. It was a really bad look one time. Yes. But like, how do you slip up once and allegedly accidentally be cruel to your dog and use a shock collar? Also, let's say that the shock collar theory is true, which it looks like it is, allegedly. Then that's not slipping up one time. That's a calculated purchase. I'm gonna buy this shock collar to use on my dog. I'm gonna purchase it, I'm gonna wait for that to ship, or I'm gonna drive to the store and buy it. And then I am going to put it on my dog. And then I am going to actually click the button. Like, that's not just slipping up and just getting really angry. Maybe he was having a bad day and he just like crashed out on the dog. That's not exactly. How do you accidentally buy a shock collar? It's not like he was just having a bad day. You have to buy the shock collar, get the shock collar, put it on. No, Hassan doesn't use a shock collar. He got gifted one and he said he won't use it because he thinks it's animal abuse. But the dog was wearing, allegedly, what looked exactly like a shock collar. I don't really know the specifics because I don't watch him that much. Like, again, I don't know for sure, but from what I saw, it looked obvious. Hassan is a bit too radical for me in terms of politics and how he used to act. Maybe the shock collar was for his partner and it got on his dog by accident. Oops, how'd that get there? Oh, how did that happen? He said it was a vibration collar? Like, what are we talking about? And didn't the dog also yelp when it happened? I don't know. I hate the word allegedly so much. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I feel like you have to throw it around constantly. I mean, I don't think I do because I am a smaller streamer, but I just want to get into a good habit now. You know what I'm talking about? Because I know it can actually become a problem. I don't know, he made an explanation video when it happened. I wouldn't trust him. I wouldn't. That's like, we conducted a study on ourselves and we determined that our behavior was acceptable. Like, I wouldn't trust him to clarify that. Again, I watched Moist Critical's video, and from what I can understand, there's little to no bias there. I don't think Moist Critical has any strong views on Hassan. And it seemed, from what I could gather, in my opinion, that it was indeed a shock collar. Especially the one time he joked around with a genuine pirate, like a real-life modern pirate. What? That's a thing? Fun fact, saying allegedly doesn't protect you from libel, it's a pointless word. Really? Are you should I believe this one person on the internet? I mean, I don't not believe you. I also don't fully believe you. Wait, that's a good idea. I will Google it. Sorry, the typing's gonna be really loud. Does the word allegedly protect from, how loud is the typing, be honest? From libel. No, the word allegedly does not act as a legal shield. Why alleged isn't enough? Yes. Does it? It's looking like it doesn't. The first article that comes up is why alleged isn't enough. Defamation defense myths. And it's from what looks like a law firm, so I would trust them. Hello at Keewi Draws. This is the Twitch.tv moderation team. We are excited to announce that the execution order placed for user @Waykira has been accepted. We will expect this will help in your creative endeavors and sincerely hope we can continue forging a legendary legacy in content creation together. Cheers! Wow. Great stuff. Great stuff. Thank you, Twitch staff. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Twitch staff. That's very kind of you. I'm a journalist, trust. It looks like you were right, from what I can understand. Dog is a streamer who makes interactive games on his stream. One time he made the stream stop if he hit 8,000 views, and if it gets down, the stream works again. That's so cool. Wait, I want to do that. That sounds fun. That genuinely scared the fuck out of me, and I'm not even the streamer, really? Bro, anytime I see Kira's name in the chat, especially if it's his first time chatting for the day, I know it's about to be some bullshit. But like, positive bullshit. Like, pin-worthy bullshit. It's worth noting that Hassan is a political figure and has a lot of smear campaigns run on him. Oh, so it's hard to find unbiased things for or against him? Ah. Well then I'm uneducated and I really don't care about the topic. I mean, I care about being cruel to animals, but I don't know enough, so I will not comment extensively on it. Hello, Retired Bunny. How are you doing today on a scale from 1 to 10? 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing, be honest. Thank you, Kira. Holy moly. Pasta poop sauce. Hashtag Reddit assemble. Interesting. Hey, Kira. I appreciate the prime. Shout out Kira. I don't know what that message was, but I appreciate the prime, twin. Hey, you have a good day, alright? Pasta poop sauce. Whatever that means. Though there's a lot of genuine criticisms against him that I've heard, but he seems to have chilled out for now. Pasta poop sauce. Also, one time he made chess, but viewers control the pieces, and if the viewer dies, he gets banned? He gets banned. Life or death chess. Why would anybody play that? Why would you play that? I want to do that though. I want to do that. I want to do viewer versus me chess. That would be awesome. Yeah, he's mellowed out now that people actually know who he is. Oh. I'm doing fine, I'd say about a 7. Hell yeah, retired bunny, hell yeah. I'm doing about a 7 as well, maybe even an 8. I had a really good day. Oh yeah, I can talk about my day now. I went to the library. I continued reading my psychology books. He bans like hundreds of people every stream. Oh my gosh. I continued reading my book, Psychology for Dummies. And I also checked out another book about anxiety. About anxiety and how to treat it and ways that you can manage it. And it's so awesome. And I read for like an hour and a half. And it was so wonderful. I feel like I'm so prone to brain rot. Especially because of my ADHD. So I'm so prone to just rotting and just doing jack shit all day. So I'm so proud of myself anytime I can go to the library, sit down, and actually read for a decent chunk of time. Even like 2 pages is better than not reading at all. We should all have that mindset. It's better to read 1 page than to not read at all. Haha, Kira, thank you for the prime. Looks at the screen. Starts typing in silence. Gray system message in chat saying, user subscription removed by the streamer. Bro, what? I did not remove your subscription. What are we talking about? Did anyone else watch Game Overs today? Right now it's a 6.5 out of 10 for me. What's Game Overs? Oh, I took a jack shit today too. Okay. Man, the amount of Keewi videos I consumed this week is unhealthy, LMAO. That's the one good consumption that you can do. That's right. If you're going to be consuming anything, I highly recommend it be Keewi videos. Doctor prescribed, recommended by professionals, psychological professionals, doctors alike. They all recommend to watch Keewi draws. That's the one good type of mindless consumption. No, I would argue it's mindful consumption. When you watch Keewi draws, you're tapping into a flow state. You're watching a philosopher at work. It's not mindless. Good news stream. Yes, May, that is correct. The good news is that I'm going to be streaming on both YouTube and Twitch for those who missed it. What was stopping me before was my upload speed, but I'm upgrading my internet. So now I'm going to dual stream. So if you would like to go to YouTube where the bots exist, the bots and the non-humans, and I won't see your message, but there's less ads and there's like a 10% chance I'll see your message, you can go to YouTube. Or if you want to stay here, where I will see your message and there's sentient humans in the chat, but there's more ads, now you have a choice. Now you have a choice. The next Aristotle. Hey, I appreciate you, Mist. They do, in fact, call me Aristotle. Upgraded internet yippee. Indeed. Don't listen to her. She's trying to make our IQ drop to her level. Okay, Katsanetara. Okay. I pooped today. Thank you for that information. I appreciate it. Keewi, what kind of music are you into lately? That's a good question, Ryza. That's a really good question. What kind of music are you guys into lately? I'll start. Oh my gosh. Smay, thank you so much for the prime, twin. W. Smay. No. Why did you immediately snip? No, it's like an expression of emotions. Whoa. Oh my. W. Smay. Thank you so much, twin. I appreciate your generosity. The music that I am currently into. Honestly, let me pull up my Spotify. I have a playlist called Fucking Bangers, and I just keep adding my favorite songs, and it's getting bigger and bigger. W. Smay. I like underscores. Breakcore? Oh, breakcore is so valid. I was into breakcore like, I want to say a year and a half ago. Let me see the most recent additions to my bangers playlist. I just added Rock the Casbah by The Clash. Is anybody here even old enough to know that song? I have Platonic by Groovy. Holy niche. I have Don't Stop by Megan Thee Stallion. That's a more mainstream one. Megan Thee Stallion, shout out. Actually, I didn't see an ad in the last 3 streams that I watched. Damn. I've been listening to Rise Against because I saw them at a music festival and they were really good. Oh, that's cool. You wouldn't understand my music taste. I'm just that niche. Reddit gold. Alright, bro. Alright. Holy uncle. Alright, bro. Breakcore got like a million niche artists, so there's no shortage of bangers. That's so true. Breakcore is a haven of niche artists. 11-year-old streamer talking about age. Bro, what do you mean 11-year-old? Oh, good heavens. Oh, Keewi got the hiccups. Do I? I think I just burped. Keewi is 85. Alright. Better than saying I'm 11. Trivia. Whoa. Thank you for the Florps retired bunny. I appreciate it, twin. What's that triangle on my screen? Does anybody know what that is? Hey, I appreciate the bits, twin. That's all I have. Also, I used to binge English rap music back in the day, but these days I just listen to Arab songs. Oh, based! What Arab songs do you like? What is Trivium, Mist? What is Trivium? Trivium today? What's Trivium? Keewi, you should put text to speech. Oh, I want to. As soon as I figure out how, I'm probably going to. So that, like, if you give bits, it will read out your message. I feel like that's a death sentence, but I'm willing to do it anyway. I'm willing to do it. I'm too easily influenced now, I just listen to music I made. Oh, that's actually super based hunting. Also, how are you doing today on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing? Be honest. Keewi, you should listen to Nadia NXDia. She's a non-binary lesbian from Egypt. Holy based. Final Fantasy XIV official soundtrack is great. You should listen to it, maybe. There is no greater ad campaign for Final Fantasy XIV than the user Wake Hero. Keewi, you should put text to speech so I can read captions while my... Keewi, you should put speech to text so I can read captions while my audio isn't working. What? Like auto captions on the stream? Is that even possible? 3. Dog put to sleep 2 days ago. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Hunting. I hope that you're feeling okay. I hope that you're doing okay. Keewi, you should make song covers because you're low-key a good singer. You are too kind, my friend. You know what? I was just thinking about that. But it's kind of like a pipe dream because I feel like that's too outside of my normal realm of content. But I do like singing. And that's just so silly because while I was driving back from school, like 2 days ago, I had a little thought like, what if I just posted a random cover out of nowhere? Nah, that's silly. There's an Egyptian band called Karaoke. They are so good. Karaoke? Is that like karaoke but not karaoke? Thank you, we are doing better. That's good to hear, Hunting. She's goated at singing. Hey, I appreciate you, Mist. I appreciate it. You're very kind. Do it. Maybe one day. Maybe. It could happen. Outside my normal realm of content. Like, you don't have the most random content on the planet. That's true. I raise activities to do while cooking. Okay. Alright. I feel like I would need to get better recording materials before singing. Well, no, I don't have to, but I would like to. My Kevin MacLeod cover. Now that's where it's at. I'm gonna do a Quirky Dog cover. Get ready. Quirky Dog cover incoming. It's karaoke, but Cairo. Oh, Egypt's capital. Oh. The only way to get better at singing is to do it, fam. Very true. Very true. The question is, do I want to? And the answer is probably. One day. I feel like I'm too much of a YouTube noob. But that's honestly not true. That's a limiting belief. That's a limiting mindset. I should post a song if I want to. But right now I don't. But I might soon. Keewi, can you sing Train on the Water from Family Guy? I don't know Family Guy. Music collab. Who am I collabing with? If anybody is friends with Tyler the Creator, could you let him know that I'm down to collab if he wants? Like, I could make some room in my schedule if he really wants to collab. OMG Family Guy opening cover. We can rotoscope an animation for it. Wait, that'd be so funny. Tyler is all of our friends. Oh yeah, we're getting parasocial with this one. I bought a new mic 2 weeks ago. Have yet to sing. It's super hard to do it for real, for real. I understand that. I understand that. It's so much easier to get materials than it is to actually do it. I feel like that's the case with so many hobbies. The most difficult part of any hobby, especially for people with executive dysfunction and like autism and or ADHD, is actually starting. Like opening the book to read. Sitting down, opening the book, and starting to read. Or opening up Procreate, taking the pencil, and actually putting pencil to iPad. Just to start. In my opinion, that's by far the hardest part. Keewi, you're the only person who isn't friends with Tyler. Oh, great. Deb is Lois. Oh my gosh. Haven't heard Tyler in a hot minute. Love Yonkers. Based. Tyler has such good songs. Even his old stuff. Real truth. You guys understand. Bro, you just called out my Warhammer collection. Isn't Warhammer like that super autistic, super extensive and detailed universe / series of stories? Bro LARPs as literate. Okay, bro. Alright. I do not LARP as literate. Hey, I won't pretend to be a good reader. Definitely not. Like, I barely read. But I will say that I read more than the average person my age. I say that with nothing but confidence. People do not read these days. Genuinely. Like, young people do not read as much as they should these days. I sound like such an unk, but I believe this wholeheartedly. Not enough reading going on. I'm your age and I don't read much. Yeah, like, case in point, it sounds about right. I hate that I can't edit messages on Twitch, I just have to look at my misspellings. Oh, it's funny. I don't edit, I just roll with it. Even if I make a mistake, I just own up to it. Keewi, wanna guess what time it is for me? 3 a.m. 3 a.m. LMAO, I have a Warhammer collection. Isn't that the autistic thing? What? Is that wrong? The most accurate summary of Warhammer. Okay, good. Yes, 300 plus Warhammer books. They are terrible mostly. I love them so much. What do you read? Hello, Hugo. How are you doing today on a scale from 1 to 10? 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing, be honest. Right now, I read a lot of psychology books. A lot of psychology. What? Who did that? Who just redeemed that? Reminder to drink water. I read a lot of psychology books. I used to read books that are, fiction. I used to read fiction. I read like 1984, I read The Alchemist, Shout Out Brazil. I read very sparsely some fiction books for entertainment purposes. And it was fine. I liked The Alchemist. I like 1984. But I really prefer nonfiction, and I really prefer stuff that's related to my special interests. Like psychology. Because usually reading is extremely difficult for me, even to pick up the book. But with psychology, I actually want to read it. 6? I hope that number improves, Hugo. Water. Water. Kurt Vonnegut. Who is that? We should do a Final Fantasy XIV lore read-along stream. Okay. The only things I read right now are mangas. That's better than not reading anything. Lord of the Flies was decent. I read it in school, so that kind of ruined it for me. Guys, bear with me. It's 5 a.m. for me. Oh, because you said wow. Oh, it's 5 a.m. Oh, good heavens. I read 1984. It was alright. Yeah, in my opinion, it wasn't the most entertaining book, and I didn't leave it feeling happy, but the message was very cool. The world was pretty cool. It gave you a lot to think about. It gave you a lot to chew on, but it didn't leave me feeling happy. No, quite the opposite. Psychology, I read a bunch of books about. Oh, that's sick. The Alchemist is our book assignment that was assigned during exam season. Oh, good heavens. Way to ruin it. Why would you assign a book during exam season? But I got a 95 on the book test. That's good. Kirk Vonnegut. I hate that message. Delete it, please. At least he's self-aware. In psychology, do you have a favorite phenomenon / branch? Oh, like a favorite sphere, a favorite topic? Yes. I have some topics that I like to gravitate towards. So I really like sleep. I like studying sleep a lot. Sleep is huge. I like cognitive bias, like distortions, biases, the cognitive framework. I love it. Thinking, how we think about our thoughts, how we deal with anxiety and worrying and rumination, all that stuff. I'm a big fan of sort of the therapeutic approach. Like psychology that can be applied to directly make your life better. Bias is so good. Exactly. I love studying cognitive distortions. I love studying the things that, when addressed, can actually make your life significantly better. Good night, Kira. Will he actually go to sleep? That is the question. I also like ADHD and autism. I've noticed I like a lot of things that directly apply to me. Like sleep, that applies to me. Cognitive distortions, that applies to me. I like to try and lessen them. Stuff about dealing with anxiety, dealing with worries, dealing with overthinking. I like all of that. Hello, Klaus. Klaus sign? How do I say your name, twin? How are you doing today on a scale from 1 to 10? Keewi, are you in college for psychology or computer science? Computer science. Yeah, it's crazy, right? I might switch my major. I'm actually minoring in psychology, but I might just swap that around. Never a big reader. Last legit book I read was Of Mice and Men. I remember reading that one in school. That was kind of a banger. Venus on the Half Shell, first Catgirl sci-fi. Racy, though, Kurt Vonnegut under a pseudonym in the 1960s. What does that mean, Hunting? Instructions unclear, will not behave. Behave, chat, I just saw that. I loved Of Mice and Men, though. Yeah, that's a classic. There's a guy I watch on YouTube, he's a therapist, he plays his videos, are like an hour each, 20 minutes gameplay, 40 minutes analyzing the psychology of the characters. That's so cool! Wait, what? That sounds like the type of shit I would do. Do you like programming? I do. I do like programming. I started to like it less when I had it in school and I had to do assignments and it became homework, tedious, chores. But I do like programming and my favorite language is Python. And I'm gonna get tarred and feathered in the public square for saying that. It's kind of the opposite for me. I prefer learning about abnormal psychology and disorders I don't have. Weird. Interesting. I mean, that makes sense. There's that sort of novelty to it. Hate for school is so forced. Alright, bro. Somebody send the nerd emoji. We all fuck with Python. That's true. Wholly based Kasane Teto. I knew Teto would be based. Autistic reference, sci-fi book describing anthropomorphic cat species. That's amazing. Holy moly, that's amazing. When was it published? Is this like an early sighting of Catgirls? You said it was the first one, right? Python has been fun so far. I just finished learning dictionaries on there. Holy based, miss. Holy based. Dictionaries are huge. If you think about it, you can consider objects or like classes to be dictionaries. If you really think about it, in Python, a class is sort of a dictionary of functions and attributes. If you really think about it, I like dictionaries. Thank you, Ali. Thank you for the nerd emoji. Psychology in Egypt is unfortunately just man up. I hate that. There are many areas, many cultures with such outdated thinking regarding emotional processing and therapy in general. Like there's this terrible, stupid, outdated mindset of men shouldn't cry. Just man up. As if repressing your emotions is going to make you stronger. Brother. Repressing your emotions means you're too weak to face them head on. You want to talk about being weak? You can't even healthily and maturely deal with your emotions? You think that it's manly to bottle them up and inevitably face some emotional issues down the line? That makes me angry. There's nothing not masculine about crying. I just hate that belief so much. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. I do not like the belief that men should not cry, or that it's weak to cry. Crying is like one of our best ways of regulating sadness. Because if I recall correctly, isn't serotonin released after crying? crying is really good for emotional release. Again, I'm not a professional. This is just what I think I remember. But if I recall correctly, one of the neurotransmitters, I think it's serotonin, is released after crying. So it helps you to process the sadness and then pushes you into a better emotional state when you cry. Crying is good for you, yeah. Drinks from your wealth of knowledge. Keewi, you should read Brave New World. It's a utopian sci-fi novel that talks a lot about social psychology. I like social psychology. Repressing my emotions nearly got me on the corporeal plane, so yeah, let's not do that, guys. Agree. Repressing emotions is very bad. People are not thinking that much as you. Do you mean like people aren't practicing metacognition as much as me? Like thinking about emotions and stuff? Because that's probably true. I'm a big nerd and I'm autistic about psychology and I think about it so much. It talks about how emotions are stigmatized and taboo. Yes, exactly. And they shouldn't be. We should all, like, studying psychology shouldn't just be for psychologists. We're all psychologists when you think about it. Some of us aren't professional, some of us aren't good, but we're all human, and we all at some point think about how we think, and we think about our emotions. Why not dabble into psychology and therapeutic methods? Why not make your life better? Looking into things like negativity bias, cognitive distortions, how to deal with anxiety, rumination, pessimism, looking into those things is most likely guaranteed to make your life better. If you are extremely pessimistic and then you look into some therapeutic tactics to help with that, you're going to have a better life. You're going to have more positive thinking. You're going to be more passionate, more excited, more willing to be open to new things, to trying new things. I don't know if I'm just smarter now, but when you explained it, I was like, oh yeah, that's me. Oh, hell yeah, wait. I quite liked your video on limerence. Oh, that's awesome. I learned about the concept years ago and dismissed it because I kind of feel like no one falls in love with the real you. It's always just a projection. That's so cool, Rizo. That's so cool. Not cool that you felt that, but cool that you remembered my limerence discussion. Oh my gosh, Bunny, thank you so much for the sub, Twin. W Bunny in chat. Twin, I appreciate your generosity. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I always wake up being thankful that my family is okay with crying. That's very good. That's very good. Hello, Onyx. Peewee, I just came in to say that you with makeup looks too adjusted and normal, and that is scary. Don't worry, my next video is going to be makeup free. W Bunny. W Bunny. Hell yeah. W me. Hell yeah. I filmed 3 videos back to back. This is what I've been doing lately. I'll just film in batches. I need to read chat. I film in batches, and that's what I did on the makeup day. I filmed 3 videos back to back, which is why I was wearing makeup for all of them. And I just filmed 3 videos today, and they're going to be makeup free. So don't worry, Onyx. Did I miss a chat? Our senior's last day was a few days ago, and half the people were men. I didn't cry on my last day. I just felt so like, all right, I'm done. I don't know if I'm smarter now, but when you explain it, I was like, oh yeah, that's me. That's awesome, Rizo. Keewi, what's your opinion on being educated on psychology changes your psyche? Kasane Tedo, can you ask me that one more time so I can finish reading what I missed and then address your question again? Because I'm too behind. Kasane Tedo, could you just resend that? I'd really appreciate that, Twin. I remember once breaking down on the phone with my father because of all the pressure that got built up. Such a huge relief I felt on that day. Yeah, that's awesome, Bunny. Truly, that's awesome. Like, I fully believe that there's nothing more beautiful than letting out your emotions and having a safe person that you can do so in front of. Somebody that will comfort you. Hello, Adam. Mimi. Hello, Adam Mimi. How are you doing, Twin? Hello, Valentine. How are you doing, Twin? Hello, Shatling. I've been a 5 out of 10 because my day hasn't really been that good because it was nice. How are you, 20-year-old minor? Why are we calling me that? I hope that number improves, Valentine. I had a solid day. I'm doing like an 8. Speaking of crying, I don't know how to express sadness through crying. So you find me unable to cry in the saddest situation? I'm not a professional, but I have the same thing sometimes. And sometimes I feel like there's this emotional momentum. I think momentum's a good word for it. Because sometimes when I'm faced with difficult scenarios, I'll be putting up defenses by getting more stern and tough. Kind of like putting up a front, although it's not necessarily acting either. I'll just be more tough and angry about the situation. And sometimes it's hard for me to break out of that emotional state, but then there will be a trigger, if it's like a sign of compassion from the other person, or something that kind of breaks that mask of me being all tough. If I'm being tough and all of a sudden I'm met with a very gentle and loving gesture, it's probably gonna break through that toughness, and then I'll just start crying. So I've noticed that sometimes I'm not crying when I should be crying, but it's still there, it's still waiting. It's just waiting for the right time to come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I get stuck in an emotional state and it takes some sort of stimulus, like somebody being kind, to snap me out of it and signal like, oh yeah, I should be crying right now. And then once I'm in the crying, then I experience momentum there. And then I'm stuck there for a while. But crying is nice because, again, I think it releases a neurotransmitter. I forget what it is. I think it's serotonin, but basically you feel better afterward. Streamers dropping bars. Been having a better mindset since following. Oh, hell yeah, miss. That makes me so happy to hear. Why did a Bodhi say El Keewi? Okay. El Keewi. Alright, Casanetero. My favorite Keewi video, I think, is the anime one. Really? That puts a fat smile on my face. I'm glad you agree with my take on that. That's such a niche video, too. W. Smay. Wow, the hard worker. What is limerence? Oh, Rex, I can give you a quick breakdown. So, limerence is a phenomenon that's common with neurodivergent people, where, it's been a while. So basically, you have this intense attraction. It can actually be platonic as well, but it's usually romantic. Intense attraction to someone. It's just like gripping. They're all you can think about. You actually idealize them. It can reach a certain point where you're not even attracted to them. You're attracted to this version of them you made up in your head. That is possible with limerence, where you're just idealizing them to the max. You're seeing the positive about them, often overlooking the negative traits that they have. You're obsessed with them. Yeah, hi, Dev. Hi. Oh my gosh. I showered like a little bit less than 24 hours ago. Limerence. Hi. What was I saying? And you're just very obsessed with this person. And behaviors that can be indicative of limerence. Again, I'm not a professional. This is what I think. Behaviors that can be indicative of limerence, for example, like being obsessed with getting a notification from them. If you send a text and let's say you're left undelivered for 2 hours, it's like, oh my gosh, they rejected me. This is terrible. Oh my gosh, it's not limerence retro. Oh, I literally used to say limerence and then people roasted me for it. Stop gaslighting. Okay. Thinking, oh my god, this is like the worst feeling in the world. They left me undelivered for 2 hours. What if they don't like me? This is terrible. Oh my gosh. And you're just thinking about them so much. And on the flip side, it can look like, oh my gosh, they responded. Oh my gosh, I have the notification from this person that I'm focused on. This is the greatest feeling in the world. My dopamine is soaring. I feel so good right now. Limerence is very intense. It's very intense. It takes your emotions and it makes them extreme regarding this person. And again, it often involves only seeing the positive in this person and overlooking the negative. Just being really obsessed with them. I need to read chat. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry if I miss your message. Limerence is being romantically obsessed with someone, often way, way more than they are with you. That's true. Although it is possible to have limerence both ways. I've been playing GTNH and that makes me want to cry. What's GTNH, Onyx? Hello, Mist. I sometimes genuinely laugh when I'm under so much stress and in sadness instead of crying for some reason. I've heard of that phenomenon as well. Very interesting. Crying is amazing. All these times you held it in, the body remembers. I believe that as well, Hunting. I believe that. It's very therapeutic. It's very... What's the word? Not lethargic. Lethargic. No. Something Arctic. What's the word? You know what I'm going... Cathartic. Thank you. Yeah, it's very cathartic. I think that's the word. I try to use words that are smart even if I don't know them so that I can eventually know them, you know? I like your self-reflection. I am the same. Sadly, nobody else thinks that way. That's very interesting, Claus. I appreciate your kind words. Hey, even if other people are not putting in the mental work that would benefit them and others, that doesn't mean that you can't put in that mental work. Because it is going to benefit you. Thinking about thinking, studying yourself, studying your mind, studying psychological tactics that can give you a better life and make you kinder to other people is going to benefit you, no matter what, even if other people don't see it. Blah, blah, blah. Very true, that cry takes a while to come out, LMAO. Especially when someone is kind to you. True, I'm so behind on chat. My favorite Keewi video is the one I was in. Hello, Abdullah. Hi, Misty Boy. You're saying it wrong, it's limerence. I'm so behind on chat. I'm so behind. Oh my god, I didn't know this had a name. Yes, May! Yeah, it's a huge roller coaster. Definitely a roller coaster. That's a good word to describe it. Cathartic, cathartic, cathartic. Baby, you're tupid. I'm not tupid. Thanks for the explanation, Keewi. No problem, Rex. No problem. Keewi, this is like the busiest stream you've ever had. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love just chatting streams. I feel like this is what I was put on this earth to do. It's so nice just being able to shoot the shit and talk about what I'm autistic about, which is psychology. And you guys enjoy it, or at least you pretend like you do to make me feel better. Like, I love this. You just gotta get that anhedonia debuff to cancel out the limerence. What's that, Onyx? Doing awesome, my man. Learn dictionaries on Python. Oh yeah, learn dictionaries. Isn't that hype? I love dictionaries. Acting smart. Okay. Alright. Abdullah, how are you doing today on a scale from 1 to 10? 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing. Be honest. Limerence is not a joke. 5 years and counting, oof. True. So how can you deal with limerence? This is something that I researched a little bit. I don't want to fully trust my memory, but I'll say what I think I remember. Again, not a professional. This is not scientific fact. This is what I think I remember, alright? Okay. I'm pretty sure, for limerence, one really good thing to do is to detach. And if you're so desperate to think about this person, then maybe just do something adjacent to them. Instead of thinking about them, texting them, blah, 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 maybe just like draw them. And dedicate that time to drawing them, and then move on. Do other things. Like, make sure you have other hobbies and really consciously try to engage in your other hobbies. Because when you indulge in that dopamine cycle of, oh my gosh, they responded, oh, it feels so good. Oh my gosh, they didn't respond. Oh my gosh, it feels so terrible. My entire world is ending. When you engage with them and you have those conversations and you keep engaging, it's almost like you're digging your claws in further and further. It's almost like you're reinforcing that addiction. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you think of it like an actual addiction, the more you consume the substance, the more you're going to be addicted, right? So how do you break that cycle? To reduce your interaction with the person. Although, again, this is just my memory, I could be wrong. And then also, it's not black and white. Because this is my belief. Again, let me be very clear. My belief. I am not a professional. My belief is that you can somewhat reduce your interaction and have a healthy transition from limerence to just a nice relationship. I don't think it has to be black and white. I don't think you have to cut off contact in order to be healthy. I think it's possible to have limerence for this person and be mindful about it. Make sure you're engaging in other hobbies. Make sure they're not your entire world. Be aware of what's going on in your mind. Have other things that make you excited in life aside from this person, and just be mindful about how much time you're spending together. Because if you enter a relationship with someone and you are experiencing limerence for this person, then from what I understand, chances are after the honeymoon phase that occurs in most relationships, which is usually like a month, I want to say. Like a month, maybe 2 months. I think most relationships end at the 3-month mark, so that could be around where the honeymoon phase is gone, kaput. I think around that time, the limerence will have faded, and you would then transition into healthy, consistent love for the person. That's my game theory. Again, I'm not a professional, but that's what I believe. I don't think it's black and white. I don't think if you are experiencing limerence for someone, the only healthy thing to do is never speak to them ever again. Because if that were the case, I would not currently be dating an individual named Dev Snappy. Let me actually reach out. I slept naked tonight. Thanks for that information. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dev. Thank you. I'm playing one of my autism games with you in the background. That's amazing. Best sleep ever? Oh, and anhedonia Don't enjoy anything. Oh, it's when you don't feel much of anything. It's a symptom of depression. Oh. You deal with limerence by going on a quest to the dark forest. Yes, that is correct. Yes, actually, I never sleep naked. This was a first. What are we talking about? Okay. Literal wisdom. Bars. I appreciate you, Smeg. I have a joke to make, but I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it in the stream. I'm not gonna make it. Making music as we speak, yeah, it helps. That's big. That's good. That's good, hunting. Hello, Afoof. Afoof. Hello. How are you doing today, twin? I will never break the limerence because I'm on that yandere type shit. Alright. You said you could stop all type of contact with them if I remember correctly? Yeah, I mean, okay. If this limerence looks like you are head over heels for this person that you don't want to date, if you've thought about it, like, imagine a scenario in which you're hyper-fixated on a fuckboy. And you know, I don't want to be with this person. I don't think that would make me happy. We don't have shared values. But I'm experiencing intense limerence for this person. I'm thinking about them all the time. If you don't want to be with the person, then from a non-professional standpoint, I am just an autistic chud. What I would do in that situation is just cut off all contact. Because I believe that that is the most efficient way to crush limerence. It is the most efficient way to reduce limerence. Hello, friend. However, like I said, it's not black and white. If you want to just get rid of the limerence, I think the best way to do that is to stop talking to them. It cuts off the, the addiction. Again, if you think of it like an actual addiction, what better way to get rid of the addiction than to just stop consuming the substance? I think I'm going crazy. I heard microwave beeps from your stream. Uncle, I got distracted. Can you explain what limerence is again? Obsession. What? Why is that a US flag? What? This is me right now. What is you right now, Smith? Did you just say fuckboy / serious? Yeah. I don't get it. What's your problem? Hello, friend. How are you doing today on a scale from 1 to 10? 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing, be honest. Yeah, hiccups. Alright. What if I do have hiccups, huh? Kira, go to sleep. You literally said goodnight like 10 minutes ago. Alright. You have no power here. Good, how about you? I'm doing... Wait. You're not talking to me, are you? Are you? How do I embarrass myself in a stream? Like a literal stream. Oh my gosh. Have you ever been going into a movie or something, and the person working is like, enjoy the movie, and you're like, thanks, you too. Have you ever done that? Okay. Good, bro, I'm fine. That's good to hear, friend. Hiccups. Bro claims she doesn't have hiccups. What is that spelling? I used to get limerence when I was younger. Now it hasn't happened for quite a few years. That's good to hear, Onyx. I still don't understand. Is it just me or am I going crazy? I think you're going crazy. It's a restaurant, baby. Enjoy the food. What's a restaurant? What? What? What's a restaurant? I'm talking with friend. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. What? It's a restaurant? I don't, oh my gosh, she's so stupid. I don't understand. What's a restaurant? Oh my gosh. Life is a restaurant in a way. No, I don't talk to the poor, including myself. But you're sending a message in my stream. So you're talking to me, who is poor. Gives you a lot to think about. Get the you too a lot at my job. I just laugh about it later a lot of the time and understand we all just say stuff sometimes. I feel like that's also wholesome to hear as somebody that worries a lot. If I worked in a sphere like that and somebody said something embarrassing to me, like if I worked at a movie theater and somebody said, I said, enjoy the movie, and they're like, thanks, you too. That would actually be a bit funny and healing to me because I say dumb shit like that and then I worry and then I obsess over it. But when you're on the other side, when you're on the other side of the equation, when you're on the receiving end, you realize, oh, it's just silly. Like nobody actually cares. I don't know what's a restaurant with you. Keewi got confused and I got confused with her. Solidarity. You know how you said about cinema? The embarrassing moment happens in restaurants, stupid. But it also happens in movie theaters. You are rich in knowledge. Thank you, Abodi. I guess we should all just go to sleep. I think you should go to sleep, Bunny. I'm actually gonna go eat dinner soon. A restaurant is where you go to eat a lot of food until you just explode. Thank you for that explanation, I appreciate it. I work at the penis cereal factory. Okay. I can't even type anymore. You should sleep, Bunny. You should sleep. Dev, why did you say goodnight, baby? Dev, who are you calling baby? I've had this fear for years about hanging up on the phone at work by saying, bye, I love you. That's so real. Enjoy your movie. Thanks, you too. Bet you say that often at inappropriate times too. No, imagine you just start like psychoanalyzing it. Would that make it more or less awkward? I'm not sleeping, it's only 6 a.m. Only 6 a.m. Bobby has twice as many cores now and also has timeout status and database up and running. That's big! Hi, Dad! The quiet mouse clicks while she spins the message and makes weird faces to pretend it wasn't a Hall of Famer Kira moment. What? What does that mean? Okay. I'm gonna go drink water because my throat hurts. And then I'm gonna do stuff and then sleep. I'm always paranoid about gossip because when classmates laugh or say my name in any conversation, I immediately think that they're laughing at me / talking shit about me. That's a cognitive distortion. We could unpack that. That's a cognitive distortion. See, because you don't know whether or not they're actually talking shit. And there's no way of knowing. But the question to be asking yourself isn't which belief is true. It's not, what's the truth? Are they talking shit or are they not talking shit? The more productive question to ask yourself that's actually going to make you happier and it's just going to be better for your mind is to ask yourself, what belief is going to benefit me the most? Will believing that they're talking shit benefit me the most? No, it's going to make me feel bad. It might make me resent them. It might make me feel ostracized. But if you believe that they're just talking about you normally, indifferently, that's going to make you feel fine. They're not talking shit. They just mentioned my name. I feel fine. You're not going to resent them. You're probably going to be more friendly toward them, which in return is going to make them like you more. If you think they were talking shit, you might subconsciously be meaner to them, which is going to actually make them like you less. I like learning about cognitive distortions. Oftentimes, it is better to believe the positive explanation. You know, a good example of this is when I'm driving on the street and somebody goes right in front of me, I always, when I'm driving and they speed around me and go in front of me, it's like, I want to get violent. I want to get violent. But then I tell myself, what if they're just in a hurry because they're late for work? What if they're not mad at me at all? They're not judging me. They actually just desperately need to be somewhere. Like, when you think of other explanations for a scenario that you are interpreting negatively, it doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's gonna most likely make you feel better. And it's just gonna be better for everyone involved. You know? This is part of the reason why I love learning about cognitive distortions. I get this feeling too, but then I think I won't see the guy ever again, but if it's someone I know, it lingers for a bit. Oh, the thinking they're talking shit? See you, friend. People who drive automatic cars are not real. At least I drive, big guy. Oh, go drink Wawer, Smeg. Wawer? Yeah, reminder to drink Wawer. Okay, I said I was gonna end the stream and then I didn't. Everybody hydrate. Okay, I'm going. I drive too, bro. Oh, goodbye. Thank you for joining me. You drive airplanes. How did you know that he drives airplanes? How did you know that that was his profession? I will not see you tomorrow, I think. Maybe the day after that. Imagine driving Holy Yunk. Okay. Bye, twin love from Atlantis. Thank you. Thank you, Mist. I will enjoy the grilled cheese that I am not having. Bye. Hello. Amr. Hello. Amr. Amr. Hello and bye. Bye, Gunnar. Okay. I will drink water. Thank you, Bunny. Bye, Twinjamin. Thank you for joining me. Bye.